KHTS.
Santa Clarita's hometown station, KHTS. I am Kyle Jennings. Appreciate you hanging out with me for this afternoon drive. We have Dodger baseball coming up soon, but you can go to hometownstation.com for all the latest and greatest Santa Clarita has to offer. And speaking of the greatest Santa Clarita has to offer, we have some very special guests in studio. We have Melissa and Genevieve, and they are involved in the Miss SCV pageants, which happens here in the Santa Clarita Valley. And how are you guys doing? Good? You doing okay? Don't be scared. Yeah. This is radio, so you have to talk into the microphones. Yeah. So let's start with Melissa. You are Ms. SCV.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
And how did you get involved in the Miss SCV program?
So I was at my realtor's 35th birthday, and this was several years ago in 2009, and I met the pageant director, and she told me I should compete in the pageant. And I'm a tomboy. I go fishing. I play softball, I rock climb, so I didn't think the pageant was for me, but she said it's about who you are as a person, about community service. So I competed, and I won Miss Valencia in 2009, and then I loved the community service so much that I competed again in 2010, and I won Miss Santa Clarita Valley. And now that I am in the 26 and over not married division, I decided to compete again and to serve the community that I love so much.
Nice. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Awesome story.
You.
And Genevieve, how did you get involved?
Well, my sisters have been in it a lot of years before me, and when I was of age, I really wanted to do it, and Miss Marty talked my mom into it, and I love it now.
So your sisters did it before you?
Yes.
Oh, so you're a legacy. This has been going on for generations for you. Well, one generation, but so you have fun doing it?
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you have extra fun doing?
Well, for the little girls, we usually have like team bonding like bonding times together, and I liked all the community service and helping out the community.
What does bonding time mean? Does that mean you just sit around and bond with each other?
We a few weekends ago we had a party, and all the girls were there, and we just like talked and played games.
Okay, so it's a fancy way to say you like to party. Is what's going on here. Okay. Mom, I'm gonna go have some bonding time, but you're really just going to party, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Okay. So what are you said? You keep saying community service. For people that don't know, you guys are very heavily involved in doing different community things. I'm going to start with you, Genevieve. What are some of the things that you do for the community? What are some of those community service activities that you do?
We do local nonprofits, so stuff like the jazz festivals and Rescues on the Runway, and we did a thing for a kid named Sebastian for his disease, and that felt nice doing it.
Nice. And what for the Ms. SCV division?
So we do a lot of the same community service events. We're heavily involved in the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce. So we go to a lot of the grand openings. We go to the chamber mixers. The Little Miss girls don't usually go to events where there's alcohol. Usually,
I would hope not. Yeah.
You have to be 21 over. So we'll go to a lot of the galas.
Okay.
Relay for Life. We'll go to a lot of the walks, so like diabetes, domestic violence, Alzheimer's, stuff like that. So we do a lot of different events throughout the community this year.
Fantastic. And Genevieve, what would you say to somebody who is thinking about getting involved and maybe doesn't want to? What would you say to them?
I would encourage them to do it because you learn how to be really happy and make a lot of friends, and I think that's important.
That's awesome. And same question for you.
Can you repeat the question?
What is it like if somebody was thinking about doing it, why wouldn't you do it?
Well,
or what would you tell them to do?
Well, this pageant is not about a beauty pageant. It's about giving back to the community. And if you love to give back and love to volunteer, it's a great way to get involved with the community. It also makes you feel really good to be a role model. I mean, when people see a crown and a sash, they all of a sudden, they put you on almost like a higher field, and you have to be an example. And I think it's really cool to be a role model to young girls and to older women as well. It's a little scary to compete in a pageant and to go out there and, give it your all and, have questions on stage and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it really, it shapes you. It really shapes you, and it polishes you, and it makes you into a woman of dignity and grace.
Okay, so you told me during the break that you're an ER trauma nurse.
Yes.
What's harder, doing ER trauma as a nurse or competing in one of these pageants?
Being an ER trauma nurse actually is exciting for me. So
Okay.
for me, that's not hard. There are tough things about it. I honestly say that having to be poised and having proper etiquette when I go out to eat with, public officials, that is probably more challenging because I have to be prim and proper. And when I'm working on a patient who is in a life-threatening condition, I don't have to be prim and proper. I'm trying to save your life.
Yeah.
So, and I'm trained to save that person's life. It's a little different when I'm having to communicate with somebody and kind of find common ground when I don't. I usually find common ground over fishing.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. All right, and Genevieve, I want to ask you, what when you're not wearing your crown, unless you wear the crown all the time, but what's some of the stuff that you like to do if you're not competing?
I'm a cheerleader. I cheer at SCV All Stars,
All
and
right.
I'm on a senior level 3 team. I do theater.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you the ones that they throw up into the air?
Yeah, I'm a flyer.
Oh my gosh. That made me nervous. All right, and you guys have future stuff. What do you guys have coming up? What are you guys busy with right now in Santa Clarita?
Getting ready for the Rescues on the Runway.
Okay, what is the Rescues on the Runway?
Rescues on the Runway is a event that Miss Marty runs, and we have adoptions for animals, and it's a fashion show also, so we walk out with the animals, and it's really fun.
Awesome.
And it gets the animals out of kill shelters. That's the biggest take home. There's so many animals in these kill shelters, and there's not enough adoptions going on. A lot of people buy new puppies because that's what they want, and these animals unfortunately end up getting euthanized. So Miss Marty, the pageant director, also is in charge of Rescues on the Runway. And so she has a big heart. She's an amazing woman. She's absolutely amazing. And she has us fundraise for the Rescues on the Runway, and hopefully we'll get a bunch of people to go to this show, and we can get more animals out of kill shelters, not just with the adoptions, but also fundraising for her efforts.
Awesome. Thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate you being here.
Absolutely.
And keep rocking the crowns, as they say. I don't know if they say that, but I'm going to say it, so it doesn't matter. You can go to MissSCVPageants.com to learn more information. Thank you guys again for stopping by.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Your hometown station, KHTS.